Hey guys, Sebastian here with Walgrace Vintage. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about this 1974 Hardtail Stratocaster and this 1966 Fender Deluxe Amp. This guitar is awesome. A lot of times, 70s Fenders might not get the best reputation, and for a good reason. They can be heavy, you know, the finishes might not be as good, they might not sound as well. Definitely Fender's quality control was dwindling around that time, but every once in a while, you find one that is just great, and this one is one of those. So again, it's a 1974, it's a hardtail, so no tremolo. As far as the originality, it is all original, 100%. And it's a good one, it's super light, you know, this thing is just featherweight. One of my favorite things about it is the neck profile. It's thin and round, and it feels really, really good. The frets are the original, which they're kind of low, but they still have plenty of life left. And it just plays like butter, you know, it's very smooth. It's very tight and comfortable. I love this neck profile. The pickups sound very different from what Fender did in the 60s. You know, you might find that those earlier 60 pickups, they're very mid-forward, especially if your guitar has a rosewood fretboard. You notice how the mids really come forward, the high end is not as present. This is the opposite. It's a lot more scooped, you know, you get a lot of spank, a lot of high end. These are very bright guitars. So you might want to tame it with your tone control or with the treble knob of your amp. But once you start to saturate the amp, that high end really hits it and you get a really sweet, gainy, you know, saturated edge of breakup type of sound, which I personally love. This thing reminds me a lot of Hendrix. It has like that, you know, fiery type of sound that is just hot and punchy and squeals a little bit, and I love that. So yeah, definitely a really cool Strat. This is definitely a good one, you know. There are many of these from that era, but this one definitely stands out from the rest. We're running it into this 1966 Fender Deluxe, which is a great amp. We have featured it here many times before because simply we just can't get enough of it. It sounds so good. It is all original, it is super clean, and it is a deluxe, not a deluxe reverb, so no reverb here, but it's not like you need it anyways. These old black faces, they just bloom. The way they saturate is really musical and organic, for lack of a better term. You know, they really have a sweet overdrive. And what I like about them is that once you get them to a sweet spot, there's so much range that you can do with your volume control. They're super sensitive, and they still retain a lot of the body and the qualities of the clean, like the bloomy low end, you know, with the nice sparkly highs, and yet it has like this sweet layer of overdrive. So yeah, 6 o'clock is the number that is set at right now. So if you set an overdrive in front of this thing, it's gonna breathe fire. If you leave it as it is and play around with your volume control, you basically go from clean to mean. And then if you throw in front of it an overdrive or a boost pedal, you definitely take it on to the next level. So let's go ahead and play for a bit so you guys can hear how this Strat sounds. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this combination, the links will be down below in the description. You can pick up this gear for yourself at waltgracevintage.com. And now you're there, visit our website. I mean, we have tons of cool stuff, vintage guitars, vintage cars, coffee, and even watches. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. If you want to support the channel, give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if you guys want to consume more content like this, you can also follow us on Instagram at @waltgracevintage. My name is Sebastian. Till next time.